Hi. Welcome back to the post game. We have become champion of Kanto, of Heart Gold, and it is, in fact, are you ready for this moment? It is finally Mag Cargo Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are streaming on a Monday, whether you're replay gang or not. This is, in fact, a Monday, and we are heading to Kanto. Now, the very first thing I want to let you guys know is we've done a little, what's up? Okay. Cool. We got to go pick something up first. We're going to be getting 2 new team members is the thing I want to let you guys know, right? If you're just joining in here, if you're part of Replay Gang, this isn't just going to be the same team of 6 through Kanto. I want to finish out the team that I so desperately wanted to start with. What's up, Santino? What's up, Lewis, David, Ian, Caro, Shinigami, Mac X Sauce, Miguel, Caro. Hi, everybody. Caro got the double mention because you were here. You were here in the pre-stream, so thanks. Okay, so we got our SS Aqua ticket. Wait, let me do that line again because we are still recording. Okay, so that is our SS Aqua ticket. Can't wait until Brock's Reinhorde throws hands. So just a note for the editor here, Cress. We're gonna be going through, like, it's gonna be basically just like big talking points of getting our new Pokemon and fighting gym leaders. So way shorter through here. Which Pokemon this run has really surprised you? No Pokemon has really surprised me because I'm familiar with all of their game. But even that said, I'm very impressed by how hard Adamant Technician Zezor goes. That's probably been the biggest surprise, RM. Also, nice little luxury ball you got going on there. Now, this is for the video, Cress. The next thing is we've done a little under the table grinding, okay? And we've got our Ho-Oh. Listen, it was great. It is the mascot of this game. We needed to use it, but it's gonna be where we call it. We are instead adding in a brand new member that's really been with us from the start, but has now just finally done the grinding to get where it kind of needs to be. You truly are a Let's Player again. No, it's called under the table grinding. Anyway, so Togetic is going to be official member 5 of this run. And it's a Togetic. Pretty bulky, pretty slow, decent special attack with no good special attacking moves. We will be able to get Togekiss in Kanto, which is why we've been holding off on actually using Togepi this whole time. Local Maple, is there a Discord community to get help with ROM hacks? My family is getting into making ROM hacks, and to join them, we're looking to make a Heart Gold Soul Silver ROM hack where you play through the story of Philorine before moving to Johto. So I would say you probably want to check out Pret Local Maple. That's where all the ROM hacking can be done. What you're talking about is probably not going to be doable because there's no disassembled version of Heart Gold Soul Silver, unfortunately. So I don't think you're going to be able to do that. Oh, and Pret doesn't help for Hex. Yeah, and Hex is extremely complicated. So what you're asking is like the most complicated thing. Like our team couldn't make that without like a year of practice. So I'm going to be honest. That is like a very, very, very high goal to set your sights on to start with. I would recommend getting into disassembly for Fire Red Leaf Green. Maybe try making a version of it that's on the Gen 3 engine, because the Gen 4 engine is just really hard to run. So that would be my advice. Regardless, chat, we need some, if it's just team changes, they can do it for sure. But if you're adding in a whole region and like all that storyline, I think that would be really complicated on Hex. It's possible, but I think adding in the entire Kanto storyline in Heart Gold Soul Silver would be really complicated. There was a hack from a while ago called Pokemon Shiny Gold, which used a Fire Red ROM hack that replaced the Sevi Islands with Johto. Feel like you'd be better off doing something like that, but that's just my own take. So anyway, chat, we've still got one slot to pick for our final team member. Thank you, Hypnosis. Oh. Okay, so there's our national dex. Excuse me. All right, so chat, for the video, do we want to go with Togekiss right now? Because I'm just going to be straight up. I didn't want to do the bug catching competition. So I have hacked in a shiny stone, which is the only way to get, it's the only way to get a shiny, well, it's the easiest way to get a shiny stone in this game. So we can just say we got a shiny stone for the video, and not lying, but I am lying for the video. So anyway, you can get a shiny stone on Route 14 just by talking to someone. I see. Is it by talking, or is it, I'm pretty sure it, isn't it, is it not another thing? What am I trying to say? Is it not a phone call thing? It's a phone call, so you have to wait for it. That was the reason I didn't want to do this. Yeah, you need their phone number. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna lie. But because we're being truthful to chat, it's okay. All we're doing is just, rather than doing the bug competition, we're just skipping that. I hope we're all okay with that. But I do need a line for the video, so something along the lines of, what should I say that isn't, that feels like at least a nod, right? And after a quick little side quest, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be one shiny stone. To give us a National Dex Pokemon, which is the mighty, the 550, 545, 540 base stat Togekiss. %100% legit. And oh my god, a Duskstone too. Where did that come from? Okay. Let's now head to Kanto. On your other account, are you intended of playing any ROM hacks not related to the main games? I'd probably do the occasional ROM hack, but it's more just like, I want to do videos that are appealing to a broad range of people, and ROM hacks just aren't appealing to people. It's very niche because it's not relatable. It's like, I don't know what this game is that you're playing, so people don't care about it as much. The less close it is, like legacy games, kind of, it's okay. Like we did, Whoa, excuse me, I was in a hurry. My granddaughter's missing. Listen, as long as you don't want a back rub, we're cool. Anyway, as I was saying, what we've kind of got going on here is like, we've got a legacy video coming up. It's my Nuzlocke of Pokemon Yellow on the second channel. And like, that's fine because it's basically still Pokemon Yellow, but anything that's like really stepping away from the base game is just always going to not be that interesting to people. Like there's going to be a really small percentage of people that are going to watch that simply because it's not relatable. So it's like it's all about small interesting changes to make cool content or interesting challenges. Anyway, and yeah, like crazy randomizers and stuff. It's just boring. It's not good content. I say it's yeah. Now you need like 3 heart skills for air slash and aura sphere. Tell that to Alpharad and Peach Shell. Oh god. Wait, why did I just... Why did my game just speed up? What the... I don't know what I just did. What? Where? 1 second. I don't know what I did. Plus? Oh, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, and so Peachal and them are exactly what I mean. They're not playing completely changed ROM hacks. They're playing Pokemon Emerald, but it's way more difficult, right? Or Pokemon Emerald, but with a twist. If you watch all their videos, it's like a game you're familiar with, but with a twist. That's what all those games are. So, yeah. Anderson says, just wanted to thank the Legacy. Thank you for the Legacy games. Oh.
Take on Kanto. Keep it up.
Is that too quiet? Is that too quiet for a thing? I feel like I need to run that back and maybe make it more quiet, more loud. Hit me Emma.
Looking forward to see my boy Chicago take on Kanto. Keep it up.
Thank you, Creighton. Chat, we need to see a 20 bomb for Creighton because that is a 20 bomb. So we're gonna need to see some heart emojis in the chat. We also have Anderson who says, just wanted to thank you for Legacy games. Again. I was having a pretty bad time of things, but finally catching all 150 Pokemon helped me a lot. I'm very glad that those games could bring you a bit of joy, man. Yeah, it's like even just the video we're uploading to the second channel was like me going back and watching my first full playthrough of Pokemon Yellow Legacy, and I'm like, damn, this was such good times. Like it was so pure and awesome. I had such a good time. I had such a good time with it. So, I can relate to that. I was like getting super nostalgic for that first playthrough that I did myself, and I was the one that made it. I was like watching through, and I'm like, damn, this was such a good time. Anyway, so thank you as well. There's the heart emojis. So yeah, I feel like a lot of Kanto is gonna be just kind of chilling. Like it's not exactly the hardest league. It's gonna be basically gym leaders. We still have to pick our sixth and final Pokemon though, because I said I wanted to run a unique team, and I will say, even though we've run Feraligatr for this whole run, I want to finish with something other than Feraligatr to make a completely unique team. So, excuse me. We're gonna need a sixth Pokemon that is in fact unique, and it needs to be really good to help us with red. Gyarados, shut up! You're banned. We don't talk about that guy here. Miss Magius is... I don't know about Miss Magius. Electivire could be cool. I would actually accept Electivire, but I don't know how to get it. Excuse me. The Cardinal Sin. But I said we had to make a unique playthrough. And we've also gotten a full playthrough in with the starter. So it's not like completely sacrilegious. Is that everything? It's a trade, though. Yeah, so we will have to do some under-the-table grinding, you know? Oh, thanks, my Yank. I should go into every spot. What coverage do we still need? Okay, just quick. Okay, Pikachu, Venusaur, Espeon, Charizard, possibly Charizard. So it's really gonna be Blastoise and Snorlax. I would say Miss Magius is on the table. I just assume that's a really late pickup. Oh, nice. I don't want to get Snorlax. I'm going only Johto Pokemon. But I'll accept like Gen 4 off branches like Electivire as well. No Magnezone because I've already ran a Magnezone in Platinum. And obviously, like, they have to be obtainable in the game. We can use glitches to get them, but like they have to be obtainable normally in the game. Oh, Red has a Lapras, not an Espeon. Oh, right. That guy's seasick. I don't think he has anything. What are Togekiss's stats? Much better is what they are. Like, decent speed, amazing special attack. That's the big one. We just need to get it special attacking moves. It currently only has Fly. Gliscor. That's way too much of a repeat for what our team is, because we have a flying and a ground type already. So try to consider the team too. Hitmontop actually would be decent. Weebro would love it. But Electivire would be... Yeah, I would accept Electivire because it has a Gen 2 Pokemon and is part of that, like, Gen 4 final stage add-on. Kind of like Mamoswine, even if Electabuzz is a Gen 1 one. Yanmega is a hard pass. It's pretty terrible. And doesn't give us coverage on anything that's good. Really gives us no added coverage because we already have a flying type and we already have a bug type. So that would be now. Can't do Yanmega. Sunflora is just a rude thing to even suggest. Okay, so this guy's sleeping. Oh. Yeah, I don't think Weavile would be a good ad either. Especially if Red doesn't have a Sneasel or a Espeon. All right, buddy. Oh! Oh, he's got hands. Dude woke up and chose violence. How's the Mamoswine fitting through these door frames? That's funny. I would say no to Porygon Z because we already have a normal type. Excuse me. Houndoom can replace Magcargo on Magcargo Monday? Are you kidding me? The absolute disrespect. Pokédoll through the door. Pokeball through the door. Yeah. In this chat, we respect Magcargo. What's up with you today, chat? How's your Monday going? If it is Monday for you. I woke up. I got my last 5K in before my race. I'm running a 5K on, or a 10K on this Saturday. So looking forward to that. It'll be my third 10K. I'm not a serious runner. Oh, doesn't this guy? Oh, I see. Anyway, this will be my. I've run one half marathon, and this will be my third 10K. But it's the first 10K I'm actually like trying to get a decent time. So that was what I did this morning. I was then reminded by myself of why I hate running in the morning, because it just took me like 2 or 3 hours to like get my brain back. I find people are like, oh, I love working out in the morning. It gives me like, it makes me so fresh. I work out in the morning and I like can't think for 2 hours. I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired now. So what? This is the little girl the dude's looking for, right? Excellent. Yes. Excellent. Oh, we have to go play hide and seek with her. Oh, that's kind of fun. Not in the trash can. Patrick is drinking a soda pop. It's a sugar-free 7-Up, okay? Okay. But yeah. I need to exercise after work. Gets me out of my headspace and makes me energized for the rest of the evening. I find it's like relaxing for me, at least. I don't know if for me anyway, I would say it's like energizing, but it certainly gives me more energy long term. I don't know if I just like don't eat enough after my workouts or what, but I find like if I eat a lot, then I have a really full belly, and then I'm tired from that. Oh, there we go. Easy. Murkrow from Safari Zone is level 45. That would be 2 flying types. I'm really leaning Electivire, to be honest, guys. Yeah, if you're running a 10K, you need to drink that regular soda. And I do after my runs, actually. Every long run I do every week, I go to McDonald's and I hit a Coke from McDonald's, and it slaps. No, I fully agree. I'm not one of those like, ooh, sugar's just like nothing but bad for you. It's like, well, context kind of matters. And I find after a long run, a Diet Coke, or not a Diet Coke, a full sugar Coke just like gets me right back on track, because my body's like, yeah, it's great. Nothing tastes better than a Coke after a run. Okay. You can't get Electivire until after all the badges in Kanto. Dang, that's rough. Good luck, my ink. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we have officially made it to real Kanto. Nah, Luxray is not Johto. I gotta stick to Johto vibes. No pure Gen 4 Pokemon, right? Guys, honestly, I keep asking you, but I feel like the more I think about it, it's just gotta be Electivire, even if it's that late. Where is the Electrizer? That's the only thing. Actually, because I guess Miss Magius could be good against Snorlax, right? The Kanto section does pick up for sure. Because Miss Magius could get Thunderbolt. Just want to see what Red's team is again. Oh my god, a level 88 Pikachu, a level 80 Lapras. Bro, red is like level 80 in this game? What the fuck? Why is he so high? Okay, Venusaur, Pikachu, Lapras, Charizard. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Snorlax is not gonna go down. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna be beating red at like level like high 50s if we're lucky. Oh my god, guys. They do want you to struggle against him, but wow. We're half of red's level in numerical value and like a quarter of him in XP. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, the fact that they let you surf to this gym is very much appreciated. Well, we've got one Pokemon for this gym, that's for sure. Hal, sorry, but we're all done making Crystal Legacy, so we're not accepting any more suggestions. We're all done with that, unfortunately. Well, that's annoying. Probably won't die. I've always heard Electrode's cry as gag-a-rag and gargle. It's just something my brain likes to do. Gag-a-rag and gargle. Yeah, gotta love the turn 1 explosion. Honestly, that honestly was the correct play. Because I was gonna one-shot him. Enable 60 FPS mode. I don't know, how do you do that? Is it not? I kind of hear it. Just wait for it, wait for it. Let me turn the volume up. I don't know, it's just what my brain has always heard. Gag-a-rag and gargle. There's an action replay code. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to look into that after the stream. I don't know, man. That's what it sounds like to me. That was good experience, though. The one thing about Gen 4 Kanto is you do actually get great experience. I'll just say as well, guys, like, there's only like 300 people here, so you don't need to repeat your comments. Cordial's yawn. Oh, bad Brian's. You're going to EDC. I'm not going to be going this year. EDC is just too much for me. It's just too hard living on the East Coast. Like, it's not even a 3, but it's a 4-hour time change for me, which makes that staying up till 6, 10, and it's too much. It's too much. So I actually did Ultra Miami and Coachella this year, which was already like too much festivaling. So Yeah, it's just, I love EDC in theory, and if EDC was like a 2-hour drive for me, I would do it every single year, but it's just too much. I also don't like I don't know, like I don't think it's set up very well, where like you have to like get like shuttle service to leave, and you're like, it's 2 hours of traffic each way. Like that's just such a buzzkill. I don't, that's not what I want at my festival. Like that kind of, honestly, like I loved EDC itself. I just didn't like anything around EDC, if that makes sense. And there's a lot of that weighed down my experience. So I like Ultra, even though Ultra isn't as good as EDC. Ultra is great because you walk out of the festival grounds, you're in downtown Miami, and your hotel is a 10-minute walk away. Like that is so sick. And then you can go out if you want after. It's incredible. Coachella has a lot of shuttling, but like I say a lot of shuttling. It's like our shuttle was like a half an hour. It's not bad. So anyway, that's for me anyway. As far as Electric Forest goes, there's a sort of like electric style forest in festival in Canada called Shambhala, yeah, and or Shambhala, and I think it's just everything that Electric Forest is, but I've heard it's better. So that's like, if I was ever gonna do a camping style festival, I think I would do that one. It's also just easier because it's in Canada. Anyway, I hear that Shambhala is like the GOAT for those festivals. So that's what I would really like to do. That's really all. That's really what I got in my brain. I'm Vegas, so it's wrapped. Yeah. I went to EDC. See, I would do EDC Orlando because it's like it's on the East Coast, so it's not nearly as bad, and it's way cheaper. Oh, the Kanto leader remix goes so hard. Yeah, the Gen 2 version of this already went. Like, the Gen 2 version of the Kanto fight gym leaders was already arguably the best song in the game. I don't remember what it's like in Gen 4, but I can't imagine it's bad. Okay, so we're starting things off with the mighty Lieutenant Surge. Wow. All right. And what? Oh, this is what? How could it not have been that one? Did I not test the other ones? Olka, what up, what up, what up? But I've tested all the other three. You know? The puzzle is, it's not a real puzzle. Okay, so I've tested all three of these. It's not that one. It's this one, right? So I've tested this one. I've tested this one. Like, that is so stupid that it doesn't work that way. It selects one, and then of the three it's next to, dude, this is so dumb. Funny how the American character makes you dig in the trash for them. Is that a capitalism thing? I guess you're saying is that like capitalism causes a lot of people to not be in a good spot, and therefore, sorry, it took me a few seconds to connect the dots. I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. It's one and then always the one to the right, I thought. Okay, so it's this one, and I just checked this one, but like, what? It just magically appears after you hit it. It's so dumb. Lieutenant Surge about to install anti-homeless benches at his gym. But yeah, like, it should just be that there are two, and if you hit, like, you can hit one or whichever one first. It's magic. Imagine it's not there and you didn't save. Fair enough. Well, we're about to remove the anti-homelessness installations on Lieutenant Surge. What is this like this feels like it's a remix of another battle song. Like right there? That's so... I love that, like, I'm just focused on the music right now because I know that Surge is not going to be a threat. It's a remix of the OG gym theme. Okay. Oh, it is a remix of the original gym song. Like, it's technically Gen 2 remix of Gen 1 theme, and this is a remix of that. Yeah. Like, that moment of horns right there goes harder than any horn in all of Hoenn. Yeah, this is a banger. Anyway. Oh, he does have 5 Pokemon. That's embarrassing, dude. Set the light screen. I'm not hating on Hoenn horns. I'm just saying that that's how good these horns are. Right there? Oh! Oh, wow. Big strategies. Also, just random take. I think that Earthquake should not be affected by moves like Double Team. Just saying. An Earthquake should always hit. So anyway, that was Lieutenant Surge. Real quickly, I just wanted to play the Gen 2, just to get a reminder. Banger. Gen 1? And I mean iconic. But honestly, the trainer battle music almost goes harder. Not really, but it's so spicy. I love the Gen 2 Kanto, like, regular trainer battle. Yeah, there's just some spice to it. It's not like a D. It's like a D. It's like that slide, and you're sliding into the note. It just, oh, it's great. Oh, you can register the gym leaders for rematches. We're gonna need to do that. I don't know. Man, that goes hard. Dude, the kick in this is great. That's such a, like, the Gen 4 kick drum is, like, so much better than anything that they had before. I mean, you didn't really have a lot of flexibility for a real kick drum, but, like, it's so nice. There's a schedule to where the gym leaders can be called for rematches. It's only in Saffron. Okay. The Gen 4 kick drum is equivalent to the Gen 3 horns. Yeah, that's real. Still MIDI, of course, but like, it's just got a really good tone to it. It's really just like short and punchy. I like it. Like, yeah, that makes some real good music. Silverwind. Whoa. Excuse me. It just doesn't quite, it doesn't quite have the spice in this game. Oh, it's Reina. What up? Okay, so Reina, I was just rewatching the Yellow Legacy Nuzlocke because it's going up on our second channel, and you were named after the Pikachu, as I do believe, if you are the same Reina. Wow, rip. But anyway, yeah, I was just like, we're finally getting that video up on our second channel with playthroughs, and I'm really excited. It's a really cool video. It was like super, it was less than a year ago that we recorded that. But even so, it was like, damn, this is so good. It was just so nostalgic almost, even though it wasn't that long ago. True, yeah, Gen 3 Mons, what the heck? Wish I could have been there for more of the streams. Yeah, no, it was a great time. I was like, oh my god, Reina. Because it was funny because, like, when I started the stream, I wasn't committing to, like, okay, this is like Pikachu lock, where if Pikachu dies, the run's over. And then slowly as the video goes on and I make it like past Surge, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be that. But I didn't really know exactly what to title the video, so I'm just gonna call it, oh, well, that doesn't matter, but anyway. I'm just gonna end up calling it a, like Pokemon Yellow, but if Pikachu dies, the run ends, basically, or a game over. Something like that, anyway. Oh my god, moved to Japan. Dang, that's crazy. Where did you move to Japan from, and how's it going? Yeah, that was pretty rough. Excuse me. Yeah, this is super random that they have, of all Pokemon, like, okay, we finally made it to the Kanto region. Anyway, here's some Sinnoh and Hoenn Pokemon. Super weird. Studying Japanese. It's really hard, but I love it so much more than America. I've been here for 4 months now. Wow. So you moved there to study Japanese? Are you like gonna stay there and get your like full-time like living, like status as a citizen? I feel like Japan would be like, I hear there is some really shitty stuff about living in Japan and some also really good stuff about living in Japan. Like from what I hear, you want to live here. I hear like the infrastructure is like really amazing, but I also hear that like the work hours are really, really crazy, really awful. But really makes use of your national dex. That's a good point though. Ups and downs, for sure, yeah. Yeah, Hoenn has some really, really mid Pokemon. This ain't GSC. That's true, that is true. Getting some really unique Pokemon in here, huh? If I could live anywhere, where would I want to? Okay, the first place that comes to mind, if I'm being honest, is actually like the Netherlands. I've only been there for like one trip, so I feel like it's hard to say if I would really want to live there, but I found it like charming while also being close enough to like home that it wouldn't be like a crazy shift. And I think the worst thing I hear about the Netherlands is that it's like housing is really expensive, which for my situation like wouldn't be the biggest determining factor. We have it pretty nice here, and I really do like my home, so it's not extremely like I want to leave, because I could leave. I could move somewhere else if I really wanted to. And I've definitely chosen to live in the Maritimes, Eastern Canada. But that said, the reason that the Netherlands jumps out to me is because it's direct. I have direct flight from where I live, so it wouldn't be too hard to go home, because this will always be home to me where I live, Halifax, Nova Scotia. But you know, it's pretty English speaking. A lot of good public infrastructure, which stands out. Yeah, great point though. The weather's not good. Yeah, is it cloudy like? Is it cloudy like the UK? I don't know. I've only been there in the winter. Hey, what's up, Zurich? I've never been to Zurich, but I have been to Geneva, which is, from what I understand, like the lamest possible city or town or city I could go to in Switzerland. But it was just, I just flew in there to get to the Alps. A lot of rain and fog. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so big thing. We've got TM29 Psychic. It comes a little late. That's why most people go to Geneva. Yeah. So we are going to, in fact, take our psychic. That was a long sentence. And we're going to give it to probably Florence. Gosh, I feel like Togekiss is the one that needs the move. Excuse me. But let's get rid of Blizzard. Yeah. Excuse me. The US and Canada are really bad. And yeah, that's part of why like a place like the Netherlands stands out to me is like, I don't know, it's tricky because like I do love the like living in a big house with a lot of space and driving a car, but I also like I yearn for great public transport and that kind of stuff too. So it's tricky. I don't know. I don't know. How do you get Aura Sphere? And if it's hard scale, I'm gonna shoot myself. Building a lot in some cities like LA are at the very least trying. Oh, I can't even give LA the status of trying. That LA might be the worst laid out city easily the worst laid out city I've ever been to. And I've lived there. And I hate LA for that reason. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. 4 months of rain, depression, and clouds. I mean, the thing with Canada is we have 4 months of awful weather anyway. So it's just like warm clouds versus like Canada's like sunny but awful temps. It doesn't dissuade me that much. How is the Netherlandic summer? LA is the worst. I'm sorry, anyone that lives in LA. A lot of fun stuff going on there, but it is a horrible city. And yeah, it has great weather, but like, if you want to drive anywhere, it's 45 minutes. Sorry. Denver's infrastructure isn't terrible. Not all cities are terrible. No, I'm fully aware that not all cities are terrible in the US. A lot of cities are, and I think on average it's pretty bad. But like, I mean, New York City, like you can't hate on all of America when you have New York City. Like that's a super walkable city, obviously. I've never been to Chicago, but someone did just mention it, and to my understanding, Chicago's same, pretty good. Boston, I've been to, and that Boston's pretty good. We'll never leave. Netherlandic. I'm just memeing, man. I'm just memeing. San Diego. I like San Diego so much better. I've lived in San Diego too. Well, outside of San Diego. But I thought I like San Diego so much more than LA. Yeah, Chicago. LA can only try to fix what it already has. Yeah, my thing is like, I remember when I lived in LA in like 2016 and there was talks of like, oh, gonna get like, I don't know, like trains or something. It's like, there's still nothing. It's 2025. 9 years later and there's nothing. It's like, yeah, no. Wow. Huge crit. 20 to 35 max degrees Celsius, June to August. That's exactly like where I live. 4 months, and I can't imagine myself ever leading of my own will. Wow, that's crazy. Damn. Man, Slowking just got cooked. This is kind of fun because like we're just kind of vibing today, chat. Like I like this. We're just chatting about life while we rip through the fights of Kanto. Yeah. Tokyo is really crowded, but it's so beautiful. The food is good and everything is so convenient and comfortable. Ah, man. Yeah. Yeah, me and my girlfriend, like we talk about like if we would ever move. And I think we both agree that that the Netherlands would be like our top move. Like I don't think I'd want to do the UK. It's just like a little too close to home, but different in ways that I don't like, if that makes sense. My biggest complaint about the UK is that culturally it's so obsessed with the monarchy, and it's weird, but like I can feel it when I go there. Like the idea of class in the UK is so culturally there, where you don't feel that at all in North America. Like there is class, obviously is still like kind of like cultural class systems, but it's not so prominent. Also, yeah, the food in the UK is not it. Yeah. Anyway, just a take from the outsider as someone that lives in a former colony of Britain. It's not very good to live here anymore. Been here the entire life. Yeah. That said, I do want to say, because I'm not just here to primarily hate on the UK, London, at least as a visitor, is one of the coolest cities on the planet. Like, it might not be good to live there, I don't know, but very few cities I have been to that I've been like, I've done a week there and been like, oh, I could do another 3 weeks here easily. There's just so much to do in London. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I don't think I'd like to live there. Your head of state is still the king. Well, yeah, technically. But I mean, head of state, sure, you know. Yeah, hey, look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. Yeah, I mean, that aspect of UK did not do it for me, but I just found there was so much stuff. Like, we were going to, like, shows and plays, and I don't know. There was, I found, like, there was so much to do in London. I agree. Not that, like, I guess going to, like, plays and stuff is kind of touristy, but anyway. So Togekiss needs a special attacking move, and I need an Electivire, it would seem. And London is cool if you have the money for it. I think that's like Paris too. A lot of people go to Paris as tourists and they hate it. And the only people I've ever talked to that liked Paris have a lot of money. So I think if you like spending money and doing like fancy stuff, you know, maybe London is a bit like that. Is a funny meme in Canada is because our constitution is from the Victorian era, our head of state is referred to as the Queen. Therefore, Charles is technically the Queen of Canada. Dude. Oh my God, I'm just not paying attention. And I'm doing the thing I do sometimes where I'm like, why is their health going up? I live in Paris. It's bad. I wouldn't want to live in Paris. The class system doesn't really exist up north. I like Scotland more than the UK. And I'm from a place called New Scotland, Nova Scotia in Canada. Scotland is by far the place that feels closest to home, maybe outside of Ireland. It's like Nova Scotia is like a weird blend of Ireland and Scotland. It's like the vibe of Scotland, but like the sort of like, again, to get back to kind of like class vibe, the like class vibe of Ireland. I feel like Scotland is more still obviously Scotland is still more about the monarchy, where Canada doesn't have that. It's more like Ireland in that sense, but it's got other sort of subtle vibes of Scotland. Anyway, so if you had to move to the UK, you'd say Scotland forever. It's true. I'm Scottish living in New York, and I've always wanted to go to Scotland for the cows and fairy pools, but Yorkshire and the Peak District are great too. I've only been to Edinburgh and somewhere north. Oh God, I can't even think of it. It's interesting how North Americans view us. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Again, it's just vibes that I have got there from traveling a few times in the UK, so it's pretty loose. I say that though as not someone who's never left their own country. Inverness, that's it. I could never unsee the fact that those trees are sprites, not 3D. I've always wanted to see it someday, but I'm study learning Japanese at the moment. Yeah, you're definitely selling Japan, for sure. I don't think I could see myself moving there. That's just so far away. That's interesting. I do see what you mean. It doesn't bother me that much. Yeah. I don't know. What would other be other good places to move to? I don't imagine I'll ever move, but again, sometimes me and my girlfriend talk about it. And I think she says she'd love to move to south of France, but she's also like half French. So I'm like, well, that's fair for you. I don't want to move there. But I think the place that would most realistically fit for both of us would probably be Netherlands, if we were ever going to move, which I feel like is unlikely. Man, Spain or Portugal? Portugal is sick, I will say. Canada is also half French. Yeah, I wouldn't even say half. It's more like mostly French with a few parts that are entirely French. There's only one place in Canada that is like officially bilingual, and it's a very small province. Like Quebec is purely a French province, and all the other ones beside New Brunswick are purely English. But where I live, Nova Scotia actually is close to being partially French, because there was a large French population that once lived here, and then the British made them all move, and that's what Louisiana became. That's why there's a lot of French people in Louisiana. They all came from Nova Scotia. The deportation of the Acadians. We got the resident New Brunswicker. I'm from Algarve in Portugal. Living here is nice, but there are way too many tourists. Yeah, Portugal, I feel like, is becoming the tourist hotspot. Like 10 years ago, I never heard anyone talking about going to Portugal. And then like three or 4 years ago, everyone started going to Portugal. I was there 5 years ago, and so I was talking to someone, and they were saying that some big figurehead in Spain was like, if you guys aren't careful, you're gonna become the next Spain in terms of tourism. Hey, what's up, Louisiana? Is Belgium expensive to live in? I feel like, probably, right? I'm from Munich, but currently living in Brussels, where they speak French, but also everyone speaks English, so that could work for you. I didn't vibe super hard with Belgium, to be honest. It felt like the Ottawa of Canada to me, which is like, it just felt like a government place. So that was my there for 3 days take on it. It reminded me of the government capital of Canada, which is Ottawa. I just feel like if you're not there for work, living in a government city is kind of weird. That's a crazy diss. I know. I'm sorry, Belgium. I mean, that was Brussels anyway. I was like, oh, this is a government town. Belgium is a DLC of France. Hey, we here in Ottawa have places open as late as 10 p.m. Listen, it's okay. It's okay, Ottawa. You gotta have a balance between Montreal, right? Dude, Ryan, that is so funny. Oh my God. Is the Ottawa of Canada? I don't know Australia well enough, but Ottawa is like the most boring city in all of Canada because it's a government city. So there's a lot of like push to make it the vibe feel very like not crazy, you know? So it's just very like boring. Like, yeah, they have like literally, it's like, yeah, like everything in Ottawa closes super early. There's not a lot of nightlife. It's just like everyone that lives there works for the government. It just does not have, the vibes are not it in Ottawa, is what I will say. I've been to Ottawa twice. It's just not it. It's just not it. It's like DC. It's the DC of Canada. DC is exactly like it. Ottawa Blues Fest is dope, but that's the thing. It's like, yeah, music festival, but it's in Ottawa. Like I've been to Ottawa's Escapade, and it's like, yeah, cool, you're at a music festival, but it's still in Ottawa, you know? I do work for the EU at the moment. Exactly, right? And it makes sense. These government cities, it makes sense if you work for the government. But if you don't work for the government, it especially sucks because everyone around you works for the government and you're not in on that. Ow. Well, level 48 though, that's pretty good. That's what Orlando felt like for EDC Orlando. I feel like Orlando though is like a Disney World place. Excuse me. Be me, have level 48 Rhyhorde, refuse to evolve. How about Norway or Sweden? Well, not will, but let's say would. Excuse me. Excuse me. The government of Orlando is just the Walt Disney Company. Yeah, exactly. It's been a while since I've been to Orlando though, so I can't perfectly speak on it. Yeah, like the Scandinavian countries would also probably be maybe appealing. I don't know. Would I consider Norway or Sweden? I've been to Sweden. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I've been to Sweden and Denmark. I feel like I liked Denmark more, but I wasn't in Stockholm. I was in Gothenburg in the winter, so I don't think I got a fair take on it. It's pretty from what I've heard. I think my thing, I would say from like a cultural standpoint with at least Swedish people, is I found them to be, like, I find like culturally there, everyone is like extremely reserved. And it's so like weird to me because in Canada, we're like way too nice, where like what could be a 10-second conversation has to get like extended 2 minutes, where you just kind of awkwardly linger, continuing to talk after you say you're going to leave to not be rude. It's like this weird thing that you say, okay, I'm gonna go, and then just immediately leave. It's like this weirdly rude thing to do. So you have to then like say, okay, I'm gonna go, and then like sit there and talk for 5 more minutes, which is really annoying, but I still do it. And going to a place that is like the total opposite, where like, I don't know, like I found there, like I would say like a second sentence and people would like laugh at me, and I didn't understand. I could tell that I was breaking a social norm, but I couldn't tell what I was breaking. It took me a while to realize. I would like say something to people, like, I don't know, like just someone's beside me and like, I don't know, just classic stupid friendly Canadian being like, haha, like, oh, or like, oh, this isn't like working or something. It'd be weird. And I could just tell like I was doing something wrong there. But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It took me a little bit to figure out. Anyway, it was interesting. Midwestern goodbye. Yeah, literally the exact same as the Midwest in America. Yeah, the Minnesota goodbye. We're very similar to the Midwest. Yeah, like, okay, bye, and then actually leave that's crazy. You would need to learn the language. I don't think I would want to live in the sort of Scandinavian countries. We're just clearing routes right now, guys. So, anyway. No plans on moving. We're just daydreaming, you know? Dark for half of the year. That's a good point. No, we didn't catch Misty on her date yet. I'm just clearing routes. I'm just getting levels. I'm just hanging around. We'll head this way, I guess. Sweden does have the best metal bands, that's true. What level will you be when you challenge Red? Probably like 57. And it'll be awful. Dude, that kick. Never been to Brazil. No, I've never been to South America at all, actually. It's an item. The Crow and the Hound. But aren't they nighttime encounters? Yeah, 30 under level sucks, doesn't it? Use Janine first, then Brock. I don't hate that. Poland with the presidential debate. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of countries in Europe right now that are protesting. It's like all I ever see when I open Reddit is like another country protesting. Not saying that's a bad thing, but it seems like well, I mean, the world is just kind of in a not so stable place right now, it feels like. Oh, Korea, that's cool. I hear Korea is kind of cooked. I don't know if that's true. I just watched it, what's that video? What's the channel? Curse the Cat? Like in a nutshell? Ow. Gotta love level 47 Gulpins, though. Oh boy, Janine. I get that they had to make her bad, but Korea's kind of cooked as from how I understand it as well, yeah. Because they don't make babies, I see. Or something like that. Curse the Cat. Kyrgyzstan. Anyway, yeah. Oh, buddy. That's the wrong team member. I wanted to move to Brexit, to Scotland if Brexit fell through. If they ended Brexit and Scotland joined the EU. The bikers are part of Yakuza. It's true. Yeah, we're bringing back Cargo to meet his brethren. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think to translate whatever in English, I think it roughly, like, the saying kind of translates to, like, the English equivalent would be like in a nutshell, I think, is what they say. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I've lived in Austin for, I don't know, like a season, I guess, like September to December, or I guess it was like the start of October to December. I've lived in outside of San Diego in a place called Oceanside, which is like a surfer town near San Diego. Very sick. And I've lived in LA. Those are the 3 places that I've all like basically for around 2 months. So not super long, but like long enough that you got a pretty good feel for the place. So, yeah, I would say of those 3 places, Oceanside was by far my favorite. Would never live in LA again. It's just not for me. Like I'm from a small province, you know. The city I live in is like 400,000 people. It's just, I mean, it's not even that it was a big city though. Again, it was just like the layout. I hated the layout. And then, yeah, like Oceanside was a thick vibe for sure. And that was the first Z house, if anyone, you know, is a Zombies follower. So it was a little more special. And then I'm trying to think, like Austin was cool, but I don't know if I would do Austin. Like, I really like Austin. I just don't think I would want to live there, like, for a super long time, I guess. Really glad I got the opportunity to live in Austin, though. It was very cool. I like Austin, too, because it's not too big, but it has everything, you know? Yeah, Nova Scotia is really beautiful. If you come in the summer, do like wine tours, go down to the waterfront, like it's like, oh, this is a great city. Like it's small, but it's like Halifax is actually an incredible city in the summer. It's only like that for 3 months though. Halfway through June, like we're just getting into warm weather now, where it's like like I think this week is like roughly 15 degrees Celsius, which is like, I don't know, what is 15 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? 60. So it's just like 60 now, which after living in like 0 to 32 Fahrenheit, like, you know, cold weather, feels pretty good. PEI is kind of a dream, at least in the summer. Yeah. Yeah, and I know it's 9/5 plus 32, but I'm always like, do I add 32 first or then 9? Anyway, I'll try to remember that. You can be cheeky and just double it and add 32. So if it's 20, you just say 40 plus 32 is about 70. Anyway. But yeah. What am I trying to say here? It's just cold a lot of the year. The freedom units. Bro. While we're talking about countries, that, like, Canada is so weird because we're like half metric. Like you do weight generally, like how much do you weigh? Ow. How much do you weigh is feet. That would be crazy. How much you weigh is pounds, but some things are kilograms. Height, how tall you are is feet, but most other things are meters. Every temperature is degrees except for ovens, which is weirdly in Fahrenheit. So if you're doing the temperature outside, it's always Celsius, but ovens and barbecues are Fahrenheit. Weird shit like that. Yeah, 50 degrees is very comfy. 288 Kelvin, yes. Like 120 in the summer type places? Absolutely not. I mean, LA was like almost that hot. Like I remember LA being like 40, which if we double that in at 32 is like approaching 110 degrees. And that was like near the water. Like that was like Hollywood, so not even like desert. Oh yeah, US uses liters for soda bottles. Yeah. That's funny. For ovens, I could see Fahrenheit being good because it's in increments of 25. That's fair. Yeah, it's a little more variable. Fair enough. But yeah, Fahrenheit is great because 0 is freezing and 100 is maximum hot. Anything beyond that, it's like... Yeah. But that's not true at all. Because 0 is like so cold you're gonna die. Wait, no, it's not that cold. I don't even know. I'm sorry. Freezing being 32, no. That's so weird. Yeah. I know what you mean. Like cold, like it is cold out, it is freezing, I think is what you mean, but anyway. Thank you. Anyway, we're having a good time today, guys. This was fun. We're just vibing super hard. I don't know, man. Like, I was like, oh yeah, we'll just like, it'll be like 3 or 4 hours and we'll be done Kanto. And I'm like, oh, maybe not. It's pretty dang simple. Yeah. Yeah, it's also like, oh, a pound is 452 grams or like something like that. It's like, what the hell? Oh, okay, salt content in the water. Yeah, get out of here. Anyway, let's move this. Stimulating, however it may be, let's move this conversation on. Chat, where would you like to move if you could move anywhere? I thought a pound was like $1.30. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Celsius is more precise. I mean, or Fahrenheit's more precise. I mean, we also do halves. Halves are pretty normal. Anyway, I'll let it go. I'd love to move to Johto. Utah, I'm from the Netherlands. Whoa. Okay, well, Wargo, what do you think about moving to the Netherlands and why don't you like it? Why do you want to leave? I'm curious. New Zealand. Now that would be a vibe. Netherlands. I'm from Utah. Whoa. That's funny. Singapore, San Diego. Been to Utah once and I absolutely loved it. It's so interesting how it's like, you just get used to where you live and then the other place feels like, oh, this is so new and special because you're on vacation. I feel like there's a lot of that because like, I'm like, oh, Netherlands looks really cool. But you live there and you're like, I want to leave. Seattle isn't rainy enough. Tennessee from New York. The Yukon. Whoa. Japan, but in the early thousands. I don't know anything about Utah. They have skiing. And weird alcohol laws. I don't drink, so that doesn't matter, but that's what I hear. Australia. I think I'm too close to Australia. Like, Australians and Canadians are so similar. We're different for sure, but it's like, Australians are just like the offshoot of British colony that was in a hot place, and Canada is just that, but in a cold place. I don't know. I just like, it's like too close. Like, I don't even feel, I mean, I know it would be a very different place to live, but it's just too close. I moved from Australia to the US and now I love Australia even more. It's too similar to America for my taste. Yeah, I can see that too. What US state do you think is culturally closest to NS? That's interesting. So, the closest city to Halifax is Boston. Boston is like that old, like Boston has that vibe of like, oh, it used to be like a British place. Like it has those old historic buildings that I feel like a lot of US cities don't have. And that is very much Halifax. So personally, I think the closest would be Boston, but I wouldn't say that Massachusetts is equal to, Massachusetts isn't equal to Nova Scotia though. So I would say like rural Nova Scotia feels more like rural Maine maybe, or maybe like New Hampshire. Yeah, like if Boston was in Maine or New Hampshire, I think that would be the closest you could get to Nova Scotia. I don't like, I know New England pretty well because I live close to there, but that would be my closest approximation. Rural Cape Breton is borderline hick like Tennessee. Yeah, Cape Breton is like the sticks for sure. And parts of Nova Scotia, like mainland Nova Scotia, are like that too. But yeah, no, Cape Breton for sure. So it's hard to like put it all together, but I would say Maine is like Cape Breton, kind of. Except parts of Maine aren't like Cape Breton. Because Maine has like northern Maine, but then it also has like Portland, you know? So. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, cool. The Annapolis Valley is very much like New Hampshire. That's a good take. Yeah. Yeah, I almost feel like mainland Nova Scotia and Cape Breton are like two different places a little bit. Not totally, but like, yeah. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, that place sounds cool. So yeah, we've basically covered everywhere. That's all the places you could possibly live. We've got it covered. Are there any like Central Europe places that are decent? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Central Europe places that are decent, but I ask like, what Central Europe places are decent? Houston is a very fun city with great food. That's interesting. I've heard a lot of distaste for Houston, or maybe Dallas. I don't know which one. Prague would go back. Germany maybe. Yeah. Munich, Vienna, Prague. I've been to Berlin and Prague. I've never been to Vienna. I've been to Salzburg, Austria, and I'm trying to think. I've been to a few places in Austria. I've been to Tower. I've been to Hohenwerfen Castle, if anyone knows where that is. I would live in Kanto. That's real. It is like the Tokyo of the Pokemon games, right? The mountains are crazy. Yeah, Salzburg was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, Prague felt very touristy. Yeah. Actually, I've spent a weirdly disproportional, like I've I've spent like 2 weeks in Prague, weirdly. Because I decided like to just like post college do one of those Europe backpacking things, but I was like, I'm gonna still make content, so I made Prague my like home base, and then kind of like went places and then came back to do a little work. It was kind of weird. So I don't know Prague well. I would say I've lived in Prague, but more than like traveling to a city for 3 days and touristing it up, you know. Florence. Ooh, I hear great things about Florence. My brother said it, like if he was gonna live in Europe for 6 months, he said he'd do Florence. Rome, not Central Europe, the center of the world. Ooh. An apartment above a convenience store. That's crazy. That I actually moved to Kanto region because I moved to Tokyo. True. That's funny. All right, I don't like this guy, so I'm speeding up this fight. Oh man. Excellent. I underestimated the power of steel type there. I was taught how to drive stick in central Austria. Borrowed my company car, drove to Prague alone, and then installed the car once or twice. Nice. Warm and humid. I like a dynamic season. Dynamic seasons. So one thing I love about Nova Scotia is it's always changing. Like every month is distinctly different. It is such a variation where the hottest months. What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyway, the hottest months will have like 30, 35 degree days, and the coldest will be like also 30, 35, but minus. Uh-oh. Don't know why I didn't Shadow Ball there. I think I just didn't realize I had the move. Trieste, it's in Italy, but it's on the border with Slovenia and Croatia. Oh, yeah. Main port of the Austrian Empire. Cool. Yeah, so actually, while we're talking about Europe, me and my girlfriend are planning a month-long trip next summer. She's a teacher, so she has the summer off, and I was like, we should take this opportunity while we're still like younger, you know? So we're gonna leave like kind of July 1st and do like 4 weeks there. Now, the thing with Europe is like, you know, you could probably do a month in one country, but there's a few places we want to specifically bang out. So she's like, I really want to go to the Netherlands. Like that's like a non-negotiable. So we have a direct flight. We can fly directly to Amsterdam, which is nice. So I think we'll probably do that. And then from there, we kind of want to do like a mix of, I don't really know, like Central Europe, Italy, and like, I guess, the Balkans, right? I always mix this up. The Baltic states is like Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. The Balkans are like a lot of countries like Slovenia to, you know, like Bulgaria and everything kind of in between, right? That's the Balkans. Go to Croatia. I would like to do Croatia. I really would like to do Croatia. Let's go with that formula known. Yeah, that's hilarious. Croatia, Serbia, Albania, Bulgaria, etc. Yeah, it's weird that this road has slopes. It is weird. It makes sense though, because it would have forced you to go, but no, it wouldn't, because you just cut the tree in anyway. Because biking is the easiest and best mode of transportation. I always thought that seemed so nice and healthy. I agree. I love the idea of just like, ooh, nice. I love the idea of healthy biking. Where we live, unfortunately, you can't have a huge biking culture because seasonality doesn't allow it. Like, you just can't bike in the winter here because, like, the roads are covered in snow. Excuse me. Yeah, the balcony of the Mediterranean. Ooh, that's cool. Can we do it? Oh, we got it. You did. Beautiful. I guess we'll just... Yeah, never bike in America. That's where I live too. Like, we do have bike lanes now. The city is getting a lot better with that. I think it's great, but there's so many roads that don't have bike lanes, and I just, like, it's getting there, but it's like not safe enough in my opinion. And then it's like we have decent transit, but it's actually I don't even think you can call it decent. Like, it's good if you're in, like, the downtown core. Like, you can certainly get around fairly easily. But even where I live, which is, like, just on the outskirts of the city, like, it's not in the city technically, but it's, like, pretty close, kind of like the suburbs, I guess you could call it. Like, getting a bus is, like, impossible. Like, there's, like, maybe one every hour. Like, what would be, like, a 15-minute car drive? It might be, like, a 45-minute... right? Like, it's just not good. So it's a very car-centric place, and you know, the city's trying to make it more dense. And so classic urban city planning, right, is how you do it. Is like, you have to make the buildings taller so more people can live on it. You make the bottom floor of the building like retail space, so coffee shops, restaurants, stores, that sort of stuff. And then you expand transit so that you need less cars. And then people don't have to have parking for their cars. There's less cars on the road and people get around, right? That's very, very basic city urban design. The city that I live in has always been small enough that it's been able to get away with being pretty car-centric despite being a city. Traffic still sucks, and it's always probably sucked, but it's been okay. But the city is growing at a rapid pace now because people realize it's a pretty good city and it's cheaper to live in. So a lot of people from like Toronto, Vancouver, and all the other big cities of Canada like kind of started moving here. Also a lot of immigration. So our city's grown a lot. And, you know, we're doing things like, for example, we're expanding the hospital. And people are really mad about that, understandably, because in expanding the hospital, they took away a parking lot, right? And what people that are kind of caught up in this like old way of thinking of car focused, it's like you're making the hospital bigger, but you're removing the amount of parking. You're making the parking less. That is idiotic. And I think what people don't understand is that I think what people don't understand is like what we're in right now is growing pains, where we're trying to get to that point of density and better transit and turning it into a real city, but we're not there. So it's like just shittier. And unfortunately, because it is a small place, like a lot of people work from outside the city where transit's awful and they commute in, but you just can't really commute because like the transit is so bad, it would take you so long. So it's just in this awkward growing pain stage right now. So that's a little talk on a little bit of a sort of, little bit of a look into our city. Yeah, Canada isn't a big growing pain. Toronto is, yeah, I think Toronto suffers a lot of the same issues that America does. Like, you know, Toronto has like the busiest highway in Canada. You know, so many people coming in every day. Toronto does have more trains, going into the city at least, but it's definitely a lot. It's not amazing. You get riled up and go into a massive deep dive and how he misrepresents many aspects of the law, but he has a massive tendency to cherry pick and misrepresent many aspects. Me? Someone who is in the Toronto transport station, I can confidently say most of us don't like not just bikes as a resource for anything Toronto related. Who are you? Are you talking about me? I've never lived in Toronto. No, I've only ever been to Toronto once. I've only been there like for 24 hours. So talking to someone else. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say like everything I say about Toronto is just like general stuff that people in Toronto talk about. But yeah, America, it's very seldom even the cities to have designated biking lanes. Yeah. One thing I find America is worse at in terms of like the whole transit issue is like walking. Like whenever I'm in America and I'm walking somewheres, I feel like a moron because it's like just non-walkable places. Yeah, so it's just like, oh my God, like you just feel so dumb. And I find that while Canada isn't great for that, it's like a little bit better. But that's also, I guess, because I don't have a car, and there's probably lots of places where like if I was walking around where I live, I'd feel stupid. But yeah, I mean Halifax is a walkable city for sure. I used to live in Halifax, and while I always had a car, that's because you have to deal with the rest of the province, not for Halifax itself. You can certainly get around Halifax without a car, and tons of people do it. Okay, so that's Slowking to 50. I feel like we're just kind of taking one Pokemon at a time. That's good. Sweet. Yeah, we're too invested in cars. I definitely align with a lot of that thinking. Like, if you're gonna live rurally, you need a car. But it sucks that like I live in a place that just has no trains, you know? I wish we had trains, man. Like, that's the one big thing in my city is like, there's a lot of suburb area, and the only way to really get into the town efficiently is to drive in. So whenever there's big events like hockey games, lacrosse games, soccer games, like that kind of stuff, or just concerts, everyone has to drive in, and the city's just an absolute shit show. And I'm always like, I'm like, man, if there was just a train that took you, like one long train that just was like the sort of like went along like the main area of suburbs and it just went back and forth, like, oh my god, like how happy that would make me. I wouldn't even benefit from it because like I wouldn't be in, like, not trying to dox myself, but I wouldn't really, like, I'm almost like too close for that to benefit me. But just the idea of having that would make me so happy. Yeah, small town. So I went to university in a very small town. Population of 4,000. And when students come back, it turns into like 8,000. Just give me one sec. Anyway, that was incredible. like a walkable community. And because it's a college town, it's actually a community, right? Such great vibes, you know? I took business. I hated it. hated it. Yeah, car-dependent infrastructure leads you to never go outside. I feel that for sure. Now that I've moved outside of the city, I used to walk everywhere. Now I have to drive everywhere. Dang, Florida high-speed rail. That's good, though. That's awesome, actually. Good for Florida. We're just... Oh, my God. Level 29 Slow King? What? And a level... What the heck? Oh! This is the person with the 3 kings. So Slow King, Nidoking, and Magikarp. And I think it has the name King in Japanese or something. And that guy just has 6 Pikachus, so we avoid him. If we can. Come live in the Netherlands. You can go almost anywhere on a bicycle. That does sound sick! Nova Scotia is actually in the early planning stages for a train line between Halifax and Windsor. Really? Huge if true. No, let's do that differently. Let's do... Wait, no, that's right. Yeah, sure. Not incorrect, it's just... Hey, what's up, John? Glad to see you still kicking and making interesting content. I love, man. Dude, real, and thank you. Yeah, like I gotta say, for my own personal happiness, I'm really glad I've continued to switch it up. I'm just not built like the other zombies guys that have been doing it for 10 years. Like I just couldn't keep it up like that. I just get bored. So yeah, you know, like thinking like the guys who've been doing it forever, like Dalek and Milo, that were like when I started zombies, they were like OGs of the community. Like those guys have just been cooking for so long. And listen, I respect the hell out of that. Like I often talk about how for me, like that's not my thing, but it's like we're all different, right? And you know, we're all on our own grind, right? And for me, it's just like, I mean, part of it too is like, I think a lot of what excites me about YouTube is kind of like pushing myself, I think, and feeling like I'm on a path to like growth, I guess. We're like, oh, this new fresh channel, like this is so fun, like we're growing it and stuff. That's really exciting to me. So I just need that. Like, even if I'm not getting like I don't know. It's just how I am, and I try to be truthful to myself in that sense. This inflation tariffs are killing us in America. How's Canada? All right, there's what we really want to talk about today, huh? Honestly, tariffs have not impacted Canada as far as I've seen yet. It probably will. Oh, Mag Cargo with the Omni boost. I don't know. We'll see. It's a long game, so we'll definitely see how that affects us in the coming months and years. But tariff talk while Mag Cargo gaming. Yeah, I mean there's a lot to it. I did have a minor in economics, so I do actually understand it. But see, that's the thing, Wargoat. I've never seen anyone run a Meg Cargo before. Exactly. Oh wow, bulky boy. Wow, just a spoink, huh? Yeah, tariffs take a while to feel the effects. Exactly. So. Yeah, that's like as Zero says. Look, it's like problems in Ontario's EV sector also ruin many people's portfolios. Wow, that for sure definitely wrecks some portfolios. But we'll see. It's long term though. That was just a market freak out. So yeah, ROM hacks have made McCargo super cracked, giving him an ability that makes water not affect him. Bro, that's crazy. Damn, could you imagine? Just like making him super good. Yeah, haven't seen prices go up, but I have noticed plenty of businesses are stopping hiring runs to cut costs. Yeah, I mean, it's affected my YouTube channel. We had a 3 video locked in sponsor for this year. So 3 separate ads from a really sick company. Like one of those brands that you're like pumped to work with. And they had to cancel all 3 of those advertisements because of just like they can't run any ads if tariffs are going to be a thing because they're a European country. So that was the way that I should say, like, it has had a direct impact on my YouTube channel, which is shitty, because we're really excited to work with them, and also like. I think most people probably understand that this isn't like the biggest channel on YouTube. So we are very dependent on getting sponsors to like, make income, right? So it does suck. It does suck for sure. But yeah. I just realized her name is Hohen. Yeah. Oh, and the burn. Yeah, I had to call her Hohen just because, Looking forward to your SmithPlays Plus video about Slugma McCargo. I doubt he'll steal people's hearts like Garbador did for black and white players. Yeah, probably not going to be huge, but it is what it is. Anyway, I think it'll be a cool video. I'm going to frame it as like I set out with a very hard challenge in mind. To beat Heart Gold Soul Silver with an actually unique team. Excuse me. Excuse me. What would Mega Cargo look like? In my brain, I just instantly thought just Mega camera up, but like slightly more sluggy looking. Yeah, Zero, exactly. Goopy. Yeah, I like that. Chat, how do I get some good moves for... How do I get some good moves for... Toga Kiss? Toga P, Toga Tick, P Tick Kiss. I don't know what those have in common. Yeah, this is like maybe the first time we've ever seen Sunflora. Okay, but wait. Actually, we just go for a heal here. They all have Toga. Well, I know that. How do I get Aura Sphere and Air Slash? Do I need those gosh dang heart scales? Oops. Oh my gosh. The dude is finally getting Rock Slide. Wow, that's very exciting. Wait, do I even want Rock Slide? Wouldn't Ancient Power be better because it's special? I can always just hack it back on if I made a mistake there. Which it certainly feels like I did. Ancient Power is still better because special. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's tough. Nice. Oops, 1 second. My girlfriend texted me and asked me if I am alive. Mount Silver Larvitar, that's a last minute ad for sure. I feel like Tyranitar isn't that good, right? It's probably pretty good. Excuse me. Not exactly the matchup you want, huh? Man, this is brutal. I'll probably just get Aura Sphere, right? I don't know, man. Why are all my moves special? Excuse me. Sandstream, you do have my cargo. Yeah, but they don't really benefit from it either. I have 3 Pokemon that wouldn't take damage from it, but I wouldn't benefit either. Yeah, I guess it could go kind of hard. Finally evolve Pupitar into Larvitar. Oh god, dude, the XP suck. Like, our Pokemon are gonna be level like 53 if we were to go back and get a Larvitar. You'd still have to grind a lot, yeah. Oh, it's rough, man. It's rough out here. Level 88 Pikachu. Oh, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought we'd kill it for sure. Damn. I love that I have like more viewers today than I had when I was like playing through Johto and like actually focused on the gameplay. I think the issue with those streams was that I was like really annoyed at how bad the level cap or the leveling is, and I was just complaining the entire stream, which is obviously not really like a good time. Whereas like this video, the stream we're just like, so what do we think about public transit? Wow. No, see, we're not even done building our team yet. Nice job, Cargo. Wow. Crazy teams right here, guys. It's like, oh my god, they didn't. I thought they would have a Ludicolo and a Nuzleaf. I guess they just want to show all the Pokemon in this game. Oh, that thing must have... I don't really understand. Anyway. Level 30, 44 Grimer. I know. Like, what? We've seen Grimer before. We've seen coughing before. Just give me the wheezing, man. So odd. Like, at least that's a different Pokemon. I totally flash fired that thing, but whatever. Remember how Nuzleaf couldn't learn? Oh, I remember. Nuzleaf has got the saddest learn set, man. It's like first dark move is Feint Attack at like 47 or something. Wow. This is... What? It looked like they were dying and exploding. Hiker Anthony. You can shut the hell up, Hiker Anthony. Imagine getting your starter in Kanto and your first trader battle is a level 44 Grimer. That's funny. They used self-destruct, but it was like... I swear they were dead. They just have had a sliver of health. Okay, so... I think we'll just... Are we cool to just Pika Hex in Aura Sphere or Air Slash? Okay. I'm going to do it just because I want to save time. And going to get that move will be so annoying. Okay, guys. So what moves should I do for? We have Fly Charm, Yawn, and Encore. And I'm thinking Aura Sphere maybe? Togekiss. Aura Sphere is a special fighting. Air Slash is special flying. Oh, an Ancient Power back to Magcargo. Thank you. Yes. But let's use 3 PPs on that. So yeah, Fly Charm, Yawn, and Encore. I feel like we can get rid of Yawn because we have other Yawn users. So that should probably be Aura Sphere. And then we keep Encore. Oh, Extra Sensory. Keep Extra Sensory, huh? At 80. So, do we keep Encore? Do we do Fly, Extra Sensory, and Aura Sphere? Or do we get rid of Fly and go with Air Slash? Probably want Air Slash because stab boost is going to be crazy. So I guess we just got to get rid of Encore because life sucks and we go with Air Slash. Air Slash, yeah, but we need Fly just for utility. So sad, but it is what it is. Sweet. Okay, we're going to load things back up here. By the way, just because a lot of people don't know this, and in case you don't, I should just mention, if you're interested in Fire Emblem, I'm currently making a Fire Emblem 7 Legacy. So there is a channel called SmithPlays Fire Emblem, where I haven't uploaded anything in a while, but we will be releasing a ROM hack on that channel. So if you're interested in that, SmithPlays Fire Emblem, just mentioning. I've used Togekiss with Air Slash, and boy, is it broken. Okay, cool. So yeah, those are 3 pretty good moves, huh? Oh yeah, huge Fire Emblem 7 guy. The GBA Fire Emblem guy. Okay, How do I get over here again? We've done all of this. I don't remember how I get over here. You have to do the surfing? Never played Boktai. Oh, we gotta do the Misty Rocket Guy power plant thing. Let me guess. Cut. Oh, that's so nice that we don't need cut. Oh my gosh, thank you, game. Yeah, Fire Emblem's sick. Oh, pewter through Diglett's cave. That's it. But you gotta remove the. The Snorlax. I'll definitely do a first time playing Auras. Yeah. I'll do a first time beating X and Y. I have played X and Y, but. Nice. I am not a big X and Y fan. But if I do it again, I'm gonna run Aerodactyl instead of Mega Lucario. Smith playing anything in chat saying game name legacy ? I know, because the thing is what I'd always do is I'd start making videos on the game and then drop I'm making the next video. So I'm gonna make the video. Actually, the Platinum review is coming out in less than 2 weeks. And everyone's gonna be expecting the announcement of Platinum Legacy and they're gonna be disappointed. Now, I made a giant post saying that what the plan is, but I can't expect everyone to have read it. But there was a big community post I did after Emerald came out. X and Y Legacy? Excited when you stream Black White 2. Yeah, it should be good. Excuse me. This has been a good experience for me because I need to refresh myself on the games, making all these best XYZ in every game kind of videos. This isn't. Oh, a little Marowak in there. That's cool. I just enjoy the atmosphere. That's fair. I respect that. How's Fire Emblem 7 Legacy playing out? Okay, I'll take while we do this, let's just take a few minutes. I'll talk about Fire Emblem 7 Legacy. The first thing. Sorry, I'm just looking for my Super Repel. Anyway, it's been coming along pretty well. So a couple big changes we've done. Big first one for me is we've turned Pale Flower of Darkness, the snow map, into a single map. So a lot of people don't know this, but the two maps actually overlap. So if you're playing the Kenneth version, the left side, like there's a building right when you spawn, and there's like a general that or a sage that drops a speed wing, and then there's like a northern building. Well, that northern building, the eastern northern building in Pale Flower of Darkness, that's the same building that Germ spawns in his version of the map. So those that area is actually shared, and so what we decided to do was just blend them together, which is really exciting. It took a while, and it's probably still going to take some bug fixes, but currently I think we've got it working, where you'll have 14 units that spawn. Half are on one side, half are on the other. To beat the map, you have to beat Kenneth, but if you want to get more of the good items, you can play through the other side. So yeah, that's one big change. Another big thing is what? Oh, we actually we finally did add 3x effectiveness. I was really trying to make it work, but it just was stupid of me, and I recognize that now. I wanted to be as faithful as I could, and I tried, and I'm not going to be mad at for trying. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, we needed 3x effectiveness. And then the other big thing we've done actually is we're giving Elliewood, I think we're going to do this. We're going to give Elliewood lances to start and Hector swords to start. But we're making the... That's funny. This guy's iconic. XY have very little sauce. Anyway, so Elliewood will start with lances, but we've made javelins D rank and he's gonna have E, so he'll only be able to use the Iron Lance to start out with, and he obviously keeps his C rank swords. So Elliewood, the main lord, will not be sword locked. I think that's our current plan. The most current version has that. So the goal is to make him more dynamic without making the game feel too different. So there's that. And then Hector's gonna start with swords. So that's something that, like, basically those two units start with rather than getting them on their promo. And we basically, the thing that Lynn gets to start with rather than her promo is 6 move. And then her promotion now goes to 7. Hector will get 6 moves. So those are a few really big changes we've made recently. Anyway, so that's that. Make sure we balance team without super charming off the rip. Hector's already mad busted. The thing is though, is Hector falls off because he has such a late promo. So he's not as busted as you'd think. And swords just kind of help him in the early game if he ever needs he just ever wants accuracy. Elliewood's really nice to lance like sword units. So overall, it is definitely a change for the positive. I think it makes the game feel a little bit better. Oh, there we go. Sounds like she's gonna battle me. Always like this easy way back down. Only thing I know about Effie's are from Smash Bros. Yeah, so we're making a game that's a prequel to Roy's game. So it has Roy's dad as the main character. And Roy appears at the very end of the game. That's about it. Actually, I don't... Oh, wait, we're going to grab the machine part. I don't know where the machine part is, so maybe... Actually, chat, could you just tell me? I don't plan on fighting Misty yet, but... Oh, you need to find more than one, huh? Okay, well, we get to test out Aura Sphere. Not bad. Air Slash. Not bad. Cool. One of the inner tubes. Okay. Wow. Wrecked. Bobby Buffetti got wrecked. My favorite along with Marth. Yeah, Marth is pretty iconic. It is funny. That's like everyone. They're like, oh, like, I know Roy. And it's like, oh yeah, so Roy isn't in any English Fire Emblem game? But his dad is. It was in the first game that came to the West. So we got one part of the machine. Does anyone know where the other parts are? One of the inner tubes. Wish Game Freak didn't cut the skateboard out of Pokemon Gold and Silver. That would have been so cool. There's just one part and we got it? Okay, cool. Playing through all the FEs and orders. Yeah, that's... I respect the dedication. I think I would struggle with Fire Emblem. Gosh, Fire Emblem 1 through probably 4? I really would be curious to play Thracia. Roy's first game to the West was Melee. True. So what now? I take it you can't fly back to the power plant, huh? No, that would be too easy. All right, this is gonna be the last thing we do, guys. So if I just so you're not waiting out if you're looking for a Misty fight. Yeah, we only got one badge in today, but we just kind of cooked through. I know we got a lot of route speed and we've made a lot of progress. We're getting our team together. I'm still leaning Electivire for the final team, mate. I think that's probably going to be the most useful. But what does Red have? Man, Red's final team in this game is cracked. Okay. Yeah. Man, Bulbapedia destroys. Chrome destroys my computer. Every time I run Chrome, that's why my emulator is lagging. Oh yeah, everybody knows Camilla. Every Fire Emblem, well, not even Fire Emblem fans, everyone knows Camilla because that was when Fire Emblem really just was like, we are leading into boops. I hate that game so much, man. I hate Fates. I am a Fire Emblem Fates hater. I mean, a lot of people are, to be fair. It's definitely the most controversial game in the series, especially with like the DLC split, all that. But they did the Pokemon like game split thing, and it was just not well received. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that game. Okay, so the power plant stuff should be good. The copycat girl is here, I think. Oh, she's got some unique Pokemon. What is that on the far right, like top right? Yeah. Also, like, has anyone here played Fates? I find Fates Conquest to, like, even regular mode is like, oh, Cherim, thank you. Like, way too hard. Like, I can't, like, it's kind of hard, and then, I don't know, it's like chapter, like, 6 or 7, the one where you, like, fight your enemy family. I can't beat that chapter. It's like chapter 7. In normal mode, I can't beat it. Like chapter 7. I'm like, how am I so bad? Oh, wait. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. Oh, a Bayleaf. That's cute. Hans and Lago, they throw everything at you. Oh! Oh my god! It's Steven! Ah, have we met before? That's not possible. All trainers I've battled seem to have the same look anyway. Especially the ones who gave me tough battles. By the way, have you heard of Pokemon called Latias? I'm investigating why it's here. What? Wow. Not gonna catch that, but that's cool. Sunny Jerem, yeah. Yeah, he gives you a Hoenn starter. I do know that. I have played these games before. I've just always only played Soul Silver. Heart Gold hasn't really been that different, but it is my first time playing it. All right, guys. Well, I think that's a good spot to end it. So we're gonna call it right there. Oh, you know what? Let's go get the. Let's go do the radio thing. Let's go do that. How do I get an XPN card? Oh, this guy. Nice. Yeah, it has been a while, Raina. Good to see you again. Yeah, if anyone is looking for that yellow legacy Nuzlocke, it'll be up on SmithPlays Plus, the new channel. This channel, there's a community post actually today linking to that channel, linking to a video on that channel. But the yellow legacy one will be up by the end of the week, by like Sunday at the latest. Anyway, thank you guys all for coming out. Kind of a more chill stream today, but Kanto do be like that. I don't know if we're gonna finish by next stream, but we'll hopefully be done this week. So anyway.